It's time for the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up is a look at the events Southern Miss Student Media covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week.
Good afternoon, Golden Eagles, and welcome to the Weekly Wrap Up Show on Southern Miss Radio. You're tuned in to WSM 88.5 FM. I'm your host for today, Vivian Cookmeyer, and today we're taking a look back at what SM2 has been up to this past week, as well as what's coming up next. SM2 is Southern Miss's student media network covering the news, entertainment, sports, and campus events across multiple platforms. Today we have with us our student leaders. We have myself, the content director. We also have Carter from Stratcom, and then we have the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. B, the director of SM2. So we're going to talk about a couple different things. We will be right back talking with Carter to start off from Stratcom right after this quick break.
Never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners, where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the Stratcom division. Carter Crow, our wonderful student leader. Tell us a little bit about your division and what's going on this week. How's our socials looking?
Well, thank you, Vivian. Our socials are looking great. At the moment, we have I think last time I checked, it was 28 posts scheduled from now until next Tuesday it is. So we have a lot of content coming your way. You can check out all of that content on sm2.usm on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Southern Miss Student Media, and X, I believe it's sm2.media. But so this week we've got a lot of cool articles come out. I'm gonna let you and Dr. B talk about the content of those articles, but a lot of people are responding in our comments. I will say, I said last week, come out and tell us how you feel about it. People did. People really did. Right. People got into our comment section. They let us know about articles. They responded greatly to what is your favorite restaurant in Hattiesburg. Mm-hmm. We posted that little fun video to get students' opinions on the local eateries around here, and a lot of people pointed out specific ones, tagged them in the comments, and so I was like, making me hungry. Want to go take a local trip to Glory Bound. But so on other news, we also had the first hidden camera video of this semester, which I am doing backflips over, y'all. Let me tell y'all, that was created by Rochuck and Micah, two of our finest members of SM2, back last semester, I think, and every single video did insane numbers. Everybody loved it. From a statistical standpoint, everybody loved it. And so I messaged them and I was like, hey guys, when are we going to get that back? And so they were like, we're going to get on it. We're going to work on it. And they produced yet another really amazing hidden camera video. This one covers what is your favorite student organization on campus. You know, we've got a very diverse and involved campus. Our students really know what it means to come together to work on something, and that's really clear because everybody loves to come out of nowhere to come talk to our microphone in the middle of nowhere
Right.
and not see the camera because no one ever finds the camera. But you know, I thoroughly enjoy getting to hear from students. But other than social medias, like I said, listeners, you can follow us on SM2.USM on Instagram, Southern Miss Student Media on Facebook, and SM2.media on X. We also have a YouTube channel, which is where our SMTV is produced. That is also Southern Miss Student Media, if I'm not mistaken. Go follow us on all the socials. We also got a website that is linked straight to us. That's where you can find all of our information. And also for Stratcom, businesses can find our media kit. But speaking of businesses and local events, I would like to say it again because I will not stop saying it until it's over. The SM2 open house is coming October 7th from 4 to 6. That's going to be really exciting, and we invite all local business owners, local people, community members, faculty, students, staff, anybody who wants to come. Our doors are open. We want to display, show y'all everything that SM2 can and will do. We want to show y'all what we do for the community, what we put out, what we really just show in general. So that's a big open invitation to everybody, all listeners. Y'all can come on over to the 3rd floor of College Hall on October 7th from 4 to 6 to come meet the divisions at our open house.
So Carter, real quickly, can you tell the listeners, like, what can they expect if they do show up for that event?
Yeah, so on October 7th, what we'll have is we have greeters downstairs, and you will be led inside, and they will show you the way to the 3rd floor. If you don't know how to get up here on your own, you just take some elevators. And when you walk into the 3rd floor, we're going to have booths set up for each division of SM2. SM2 has 7 divisions, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 7, depending.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, excuse me, Dr. B just let me know it is indeed 6. But each division will have their own booth set up to where you can go and ask questions. We will have, for example, the student prints booth. We plan to have issues of the older student prints for you to look at. You can come and talk to MMJs, see what it's like to be an MMJ if you were in the School of Communications or not, and you want to know what it's like to be an MMJ. We have a Stratcom table for local businesses. If y'all listeners would be interested in buying advertisement packages and stuff like that, you know, we can work on that. If you need commercials made, social media, everything, we can work on that. So this will be a big opportunity for the community to come together and make connections. That's what we plan to have everyone expect.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited for open house that's right around the corner. Next up, we'll be hearing from Dr. B with an update on the student prints and what's been going on with them after this break.
They're turning glass bottles into sand and cleaning up rivers and lakes along the way. This local recycling group is proving that a small team can make a big environmental impact. Board president of Piney Woods Conservation Group tells us exactly how it's done.
So our main program is Pine Belt Blueways. We launched Pine Belt Blueways in 2018 with Visit Hattiesburg, the City of Hattiesburg, Forest County, Mississippi Power, and several other stakeholders.
Pine Belt Blueways is a conservation group that has been able to use resources to try and minimize the amount of waste that goes into our local parks and landfills.
A lot of our local parks where trash could be impactful to wildlife. And out of that, we recycle all the trash that we find. We clean it up and get it into the recycling stream so we have less going into the landfill. And because of that, we launched Kick Glass Hberg, which is a glass bottle recycling program.
After creating Kit Glass H-Bergs, the members use a device to ensure sustainability.
We have a glass crusher that takes glass bottles, discarded glass bottles, and turns it into sand, which can be used for all kinds of conservation and sustainability projects.
Yet they can't do it alone.
Found Glass Half Full, which is a for-profit glass recycling company in New Orleans that's been around for about 4 or 5 years. They're a partner of ours, but we wanted to be able to do that in our own community.
Even though Glass Half Full is a huge company, the goal was to make recycling accessible for the Hattiesburg citizen.
We can't crush enough glass to make a dent in Hattiesburg's glass with our machine, but we can get all that glass to them, and we can kind of show the community like what it's like, and kind of create the buzz to want to do glass.
Recycling today in hopes of a cleaner community tomorrow. Kiera Fox, SM2.
On with the student prints.
Okay, so yeah, thanks y'all for having me on this week's show. We had a lot going on with the student prints this past week. Again, we are very proud of the content that the students, the reporters, as well as the MMJs provided for the Student Prints newspaper. A lot of original and enterprise content in this week's paper. Starting out, we did a great story regarding USM football defeating Appalachian State. That was a pretty big game for us, and Cameron did a great job of relaying the importance of that particular story and that particular victory. Sophia came in clutch. She did a very great story about the new Food and Drug Administration rules regarding limitations on the COVID-19 vaccine. She talked to a lot of important and knowledgeable people about that topic. And so, yeah, definitely make sure y'all read that story as well in the Student Prints newspaper. Haley Shepard, one of our volunteers here at SM2, she did a great feature story on one of our current USM students, Emily Kilgore, who is pursuing a career in polymer science. This feature story kind of details everything, all the academic challenges and everything that Emily has gone through to get to where she is today. And so definitely check that article out. Suvi Lama did a great opinion article. You know, depending on how you feel about athletics and sports in an academic institution, you know, that's going to depend on how you react to Suvi's article. She did a great job with it, by the way, and so we definitely look forward to her producing more award-winning content. We had a lot of local news in this week's paper as well. Kennedy Drake visited downtown Hattiesburg at the old Eureka School, and where she talked to those representatives with the school as well as the city of Hattiesburg about their plans and efforts to transition that old school into a museum. And so that's going to be a great museum for local Hattiesburg residents as well as Mississippi residents in general. Kiera Fox, she spoke with the people at Hattiesburg Kit Glass about their new recycling opportunities. She did a great job with that. Andy, one of our other MMJs, he went and visited Seven Brew coffee shop. Y'all drink Seven Brew?
Mm-hmm. I have yet to make it there, and when I tell y'all, it has been the bane of my existence that I haven't been there. I want to go so bad. Everybody keeps telling me everything's so good, and I may be leaving after this to go see if I can make my way over there.
Well, yeah. I can honestly say I'm not a coffee drinker, but I mean, this seems to be the buzz right now, Seven Brew. I know they opened up one location already, and they plan on opening up another location.
I think where the old Canes was. So.
Right beside the cookout.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
which is like right off campus.
Which is really close to us.
Right.
It's walking distance.
Right. So I do wonder, like, what type of competition will this serve for other coffee restaurants in the area?
Starbucks better be worried.
Okay.
Because walking to Starbucks and walking to Seven Brew, ooh.
Right.
I mean.
But yeah, that was a great story about Andy. And then we had a lot of campus-related news as well. Nishranika did a wonderful story about USM libraries introducing a new AI research assistant tool for students. And yeah, this whole idea of AI, y'all, it continues to come up. I mean, y'all are students, so what are your thoughts on AI in a classroom setting?
I think, me personally, I think it's kind of like the internet. You know, how everybody was like, oh, well, this is the future. I feel like AI is the future. I think it is an unavoidable technological advancement that we should implement and find out ways to use it in a way that will benefit society, you know?
Cool. So yeah, y'all. Each week, the Student Prince will continue to put out that great quality content, and definitely viewers, listeners, make sure y'all tune in for that.
Yep. And I'll be right back after this break. I'm going to talk about everything else content related.
For Southern Miss Student Media, I'm Nishranika. Do you like research? Do you want to pursue a PhD? Are you a first-generation college student? If this sounds like you may be eligible to apply for McNair Scholars Program. The McNair Scholars Program is a federal trio program funded at 151 institutions across the United States and Puerto Rico by the U.S. Department of Education. The program was designed to help first-generation college students from low-income backgrounds interested in pursuing a PhD. The goal of the program is to increase the number of graduate degrees for students from underrepresented communities. Getting into the program comes with a $2,800 stipend, free GRE prep, graduate school application fee waivers, and much more. Dr. Zari Minette, the director of McNair Scholars Program at Southern Miss, explains the eligibility criteria for the program.
So there are certain eligibility criteria that students have to meet. First, they have to be either a first-generation student and income eligible, or they can be from a group that has limited representation in graduate school. They have to have at least 60 credit hours at the end of the spring semester in the year that they apply. They also have to be a U.S. citizen or be working towards citizenship, and they need to be working on their first bachelor's degree.
Lila Pittman, a McNair Scholar recipient, shares her experience with the program.
It's my first time researching, so it's more of that. It's a lot of things that's new to me, like a lot that's new, but it's something about researching something that you're really passionate about that I love. Like, yes, it was kind of difficult because I had my own trials and tribulations, but I loved it.
Anybody who is eligible for the program is encouraged to apply. The application remains open until October 26th. For Southern Miss Student Media, I'm Nishranika.
Sponsorship comes from Furniture Direct, with locations in Hattiesburg, Laurel, and Columbia. Are you looking for a deal? Lots of styles on a good value? You can find them on Facebook at Furniture Direct Hattiesburg for the latest specials and promotions. Or you can shop anytime at FurnitureDirectNow.com. You can see why Furniture Direct is your furniture destination.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Research shows that audiences feel positively about businesses that underwrite programming on their community radio station. Research also shows that the audiences are likely to patronize businesses that support community radio programming. The audience also believes that businesses that support community radio care about their community. If you want to build this type of relationship with WUSM's audience, call us at 601-266-4287 to ask about sponsoring programming. It's more than just exposure, it's building a community relationship.
The NLS Braille and Talking Book program gives patrons with visual or physical disabilities the freedom to read their way.
If you want to read in electronic braille, you can. If you want to read on your phone, you can. If you want to read in heart print, you can.
Everybody can read the way they want to read using this program.
For more information about the National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped Library of Congress, visit loc.gov/thatallmayread.
Okay, guys, welcome back. I'm going to be talking about some things that have been going on with Creative and SM2. So as y'all know, I am the content director. I work directly with the MMJs, but that also means I work with all the other leaders and divisions because my team creates content for everyone. So our students have been working really hard on some hard-hitting stories. We've had a lot of different things from different sports-related stories to issues on campus, as well as nationwide issues that are affecting our students. And I think it's been really great for our newer students to kind of step into their role as a reporter. And I think students like Cameron Johnson and Andy Burelli, Tyshawn Hobson, they've been really great at stepping into their role as an MMJ and just fully embracing it. That's something we talk about a lot up here, is just embrace the journey of SM2 because it has a lot to offer for all of our students. So yeah, we've talked about all sorts of things. I know that Dr. B kind of went over some things that were covered in the prints, but we also covered other things as well. And this week, we have a lot of different stories coming up. We have Stephanie is talking about AI therapy and students and other young adults using AI as a therapist or as a friend, and the kind of issues and pros and cons of that happening.
AI.
It's just
Right.
it's not going anywhere.
Right,
We
right.
can't stop it, and we just need to know how to use it correctly. So I think that's a big thing. Gabby's working on a story about driving test requirements in Mississippi. I'm from Louisiana, so I had no idea, but you don't have to do any like driving
Right.
itself.
After COVID, yeah.
After COVID, and the state of Mississippi just didn't revert back for
Mm-mm.
whatever reason.
Which is crazy to me.
It's beyond crazy. It's beyond crazy.
In Louisiana, we had to do like a week-long course and take a test, and then we had to do driving hours with the place that did the driving school. And then you had to have your permit for a certain amount of time before you could get your license. And that apparently is not how it is in Mississippi.
No,
So
Mississippi is different. So
Maybe that's why I keep getting cut off on Hardy.
yeah, yeah. So Gabby's investigating that for us this week. We have a lot of our sports division has been hard at work with Hub City Game Day, and we've kind of talked about this before, but we've kind of flipped the script on what the sports segment looks like for SMTV. So we've been getting a lot more content of actual like video content of games rather than just recapping verbally, and I think that's been really beneficial for our viewers, but also for our reporters and how they're reporting on those games. And then we have more stories on Sophia's working on an unemployment story and how college students are embracing the ever-changing work world that they're about to go into. I think a lot is changing every day, and that's kind of scary to graduate and go into that world and of the unknown. And then we have a lot of other stories coming up, so stay tuned. Please follow us on YouTube. We have not only our SMTV broadcast on there, we also have Hub City Game Day, and then Beyond Borders, I think, is releasing next week for our first episode. So,
not first episode. First episode already aired, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it did.
This would be
this
the
week.
second episode.
Okay.
Second episode,
So
yeah.
that's another thing. We also had Media Madness Week this week for the School of Media Communication, and myself and Huey are graduate ambassadors, and we worked with our ambassadors for the school, but we also worked with SM2 on this week. We had Micah Gibbs. He got DJ Cujo lined up for us on Monday for Name That Tune, and we had a great time out there. I know some of y'all were out there, some of y'all weren't, but you really missed out if you weren't. And you will see lots of content from that in the coming week. And yeah, so I think we're really excited. But so yeah, let's see. Well, I think that's it for this week. Big thanks to Dr. B for coming on to this time, and as well as Carter. And make sure to follow us on social media, pick up a copy of the student prints, watch SMTV, and tune into Southern Miss Today right here on WSM 88.5. I'm Vivian Cookmeyer, and that's a wrap. I'll see y'all next Friday.
This has been the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up. A look at the events Southern Miss Student Media has covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up airs Fridays at noon on Southern Miss Radio. We'll see you next week for the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up.